Hello everybody, Sonic Windstriker here once again with a Let's Play of Knights of the Old Republic. Now, I'm going to continue where I left off last time. Now, the reason why my voice sounds like this is because I'm still recovering from a recent cold. I pretty much had it while I was recording part 1 of this, but I pushed through anyway. Today's episode, I want to try to get to Dantooine. Well, I'm already on Dantooine, but I want to try to get everything done for Dantooine before my friend gets here today. So, let's go ahead and get things started. Hopefully, we'll be able to get shit done today. My camera and shit has been wonky lately, so I had to try to make sure that the camera was going to work properly today.
You there, Padawan. Why are you not wearing the customary robes of the Jedi? Do you mock the honor traditions of our order?
I believe you are mistaken. I'm not a Padawan. My name is Sonic Windstriker. I came here with Bastila.
Bastila? I have heard of her. They say she has already mastered the art of battle meditation. Remarkable in one so young. Though I've heard she has a foolish pride in her own talents. But as for you, you claim you are not a Padawan? I find this hard to believe. The Force is strong within you. I can feel its presence. If this is some type of jest, it is in very poor taste. The Jedi Order is not a subject for jokes.
I'm telling the truth here, lady.
Please forgive the abruptness with which I first greeted you. It was harsh and perhaps unfair. My master often warns me that I must learn to control my emotions. I see I have much left to learn. I wish you a pleasant stay here on Dantooine. May the Force be with you.
Huh.
Ah, so you are the one who rescued Bastila. It is appropriate you are here. We have been discussing your rather special case. I am Jar, a member of the Jedi Council. With me are Master Vrook, Master Vandar, and of course the chronicler of our academy, Master Dorak. Padawan Bastila, I am sure you are already familiar with.
I remember you, Master Jar.
You have learned much, yet there is much more for you to still understand. The way of the Jedi must be entered into with a clear and focused mind.
I don't understand.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
I don't know if I'm ready for this, sir.
Do not worry. I am confident in your ability to learn.
We should discuss this matter more fully in private. Bastila, you and your companion must go. This is a matter for the Council alone.
As you wish, Master Vandar. We shall return to the Ebon Hawk and leave you to your deliberations.
We go with another cut, or we go with another dream sequence.
The dark side is strong in this place. I can feel its power.
I can as well. It's through here.
Is this wise? The ancient Jedi sealed this archway. If we pass beyond this door, we can never go back. The Order will surely banish us. Are the secrets of the Star Forge so valuable? Can its power truly be worth the risk?
Of course it's worth the risk, you imbecile! If we are going to make sure that we can conquer the Sith themselves, we need an army of our own.
This morning's getting stranger by the minute. First Bastila comes out looking like she saw a ghost, and now you. Well, Bastila did mention that you should go to the council chambers before she left. It's no doubt urgent, so you shouldn't keep them waiting.
Did she mention anything else?
No, she didn't. She didn't seem well, as I recall, and for that matter, neither do you. Are you all right?
I had a rough night. Let's get going.
You got it.
Alright, I'm going to select Tails and Mission for this next part. Now I'm going to wait to level up. Well, I'll go ahead and level up Mission. Let's see. Charisma up to 11. Skill. Again, my apologies, people. I'm still recovering from my own cold again. I feel like but, you know, I'm gonna push through this. I'm not one to let down my fans, even when I am sick. Oh.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I was thinking about Terrace. I still can't believe it's gone. I mean, I grew up there and now it's just gone.
Malik will pay for what he did, Mission.
Yeah, I know. The Jedi got rid of Revan, so I figure Malik's days are numbered too. But that doesn't make the pain go away, you know? Look, I'm not saying I can't go on or anything like that. It's a shock, you know? I mean, I knew the Sith were evil and all, but the reality of it kind of slaps you in the face. But I suppose that's why we need to stop Malik, right? The more time I spend dwelling on Terrace, the more chance some other planet will get wiped out. I guess that's what it comes down to. So don't worry about me. I'll be okay. And if you need my help against Malik or the Sith, I'll be there for you.
Thanks. Good to know
Hey
you
there.
got my back.
I'm sorry for the way I acted before. It's just that when it comes to Lena, I tend to get a little worked up.
Why do you hate her so much?
My brother and me had a good thing going. Sure, Griff had his run-ins with the law on Terrace, but we got by okay, until Lena came and ruined everything. She was a dancer at the cantina where my brother used to go play Pazik. Griff could be a real smooth talker, and it wasn't long before the two of them were dating. But Lena was used to dating rich Teresian nobles, guys with mountains of credits. Griff could never give her the lifestyle she was used to, no matter how hard he worked.
Did Lena dump him?
I thought Lena would brush Griff off when she saw how poor he was, but for some reason, she stuck around. I guess she saw the potential for a big payday down the road.
So, what exactly happened?
After they'd been together for a few months, Griff told me he was leaving Terrace. He and Lena were going to try and make their fortune off-world. He promised as soon as he made enough credits he'd come back and get me, and we'd all live like royalty. That was 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I don't even know where he went.
Maybe something happened to him.
Oh, I know what happened. As soon as she got him off Taurus, Lena sunk her claws. I know I'll probably never see
Sorry
Griff
about
again.
that, folks. I was trying to...
Part of the reason I
close
came
out
with you
a
was the hope that I could
notification.
find out what happened to
All
my
right,
brother.
folks.
Don't worry. I won't let the search for Griff get in the way of what we're doing. Let's just get back to the task at hand. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Nothing right now.
Okay. Have it.
I'll read off what she said. Hold on. Okay, I know what happened. As soon as she got him off Taurus, Lena sunk her claws into Griff, but good. She twisted him around her little finger and made him forget all about me. Alright, I'm gonna quickly go into the store. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more supplies. I'm gonna end up doing it before too long.
I'm
I'm just gonna skip through this stupid dialogue. Okay. Shit. Okay. Interface band. Infiltrator gloves. Is this upgradable? Yes. Okay. Buy that. Just in case. Ooh, more Pazak cards. Interface visor, infiltrator gloves, and finally, Calrissian utility belt. Calrissian, rather.
Bastila has told us of a most unusual development. She claims you and she have shared a dream. A vision of Malak and Revan in the ancient ruins here on Dantooine.
These ruins have long been known to us, but we believe them to be merely burial mounds. Perhaps they're more than we first suspected, if Revan and Malak found something there.
Seemed like they were looking for something.
Bastila has described the shared dream to the Council.
As you guys can clearly tell, I added a mod
than a dream.
where
it is a vision.
Vandar looks more like
the Force is acting through you, as it acts through Bastila.
I trust in your greater wisdom, Master Vandar.
You and Bastila share a powerful connection to the Force, and each other. This is not unheard of. Connections often form between master and student, but rarely does a bond develop so quickly.
Whatever dangers may lie ahead, we cannot ignore the destiny that has brought you and Bastila here to us, together.
Are you saying I'm joining with her?
You and she are linked, as is your fate to hers. Together, you two may be able to stop Darth Malak and the Sith.
But do not let your head be filled with visions of glory and power. Such thoughts are the path to the dark side. The way of the light is long and difficult, as you must learn. Are you ready for such hardship?
I'm ready to do. I will try my best.
Understand that there is little choice in this matter, for you or us. Across the galaxy, the numbers of our order dwindle. We have sent many Jedi in quest of a way to thwart Malak's advance. Many have not returned. The Sith hunt the Jedi down like animals, ambushing and assassinating our brothers wherever they are found. We fear it is only a matter of time until they discover even this hidden refuge.
Other Jedi have fallen from the light and embraced the dark side, giving their allegiance to the Sith and Malak, their Dark Lord.
How can this be stopped?
Perhaps our hope lies in the dream you and Bastila shared. The Council has come to the conclusion that you and Bastila must investigate the ancient ruins you dreamed of.
Perhaps there you will find some clue, some explanation of how Revan and Malak were corrupted, and perhaps there you shall find a way to stop them.
I will accept this mission.
The Force flows through you like no student we have ever seen. But you're willful and headstrong, a dangerous combination.
Before we send you to investigate the ruins, you must be trained in the ways of the Jedi, so that you can resist the darkness within yourself, within all of us. Otherwise, you are doomed to fail.
As you wish, Master Vandar.
We must begin your training at once. You have a destiny upon you that you must be prepared to face. The entire fate of the galaxy is upon you.
I can only hope you will prove up to the task.
The path you have chosen to walk is difficult. Intensive training will prepare you physically for the demands of the Order. Meditation will teach you to channel the power of the Force. To truly understand the way of the Jedi, you must open your mind to knowledge. Seek wisdom in the teachings of the great masters of our Order. The Jedi is never alone. Others in the Order will always stand by you. You and Bastila share a special bond. Do not be afraid to turn to her when you need help in your training. The way of the Jedi is difficult. It requires great discipline. Yet even though you are a mere apprentice, your potential is unlimited, and your progress amazing. In all my years, I have never seen one who has mastered the initial training so quickly. You've done in weeks what many cannot do in years. I am honored to welcome you fully into the Jedi Order.
Thank you, Master.
Soon your apprenticeship will end, and you will be granted the title of Padawan, the lowest rank of those within the Jedi Order. Yet first you must prove yourself worthy.
I'm ready, Master Jar.
For every Jedi, the threat of the dark side is always present. You must truly understand this before you are accepted into the Order. You must see the corruption of the dark side for yourself. Even here on Dantooine, there are places where the dark side holds sway, twisting and tainting nature itself. The ancient grove once used for deep meditation by the Jedi is now tainted. A wave of darkness perverts the region around it. The Kathhounds in the area have become savage and ruthless. They have become a threat to the settlers, a threat the Jedi have promised to stop.
What's causing this corruption exactly, Master Jar?
The Kathhounds are but a symptom of the true problem. You must journey into the grove and confront the true source of the darkness. That is your task.
Do you have no other guidance?
I can say no more. Some things you must see for yourself. None of the other Jedi at the Academy are permitted to help you in this task. But remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever. The dark side still taints the ancient grove. Your lessons cannot continue until the spreading corruption of the dark side has been stopped. This is your task, apprentice. May the Force be with you.
Thank you, Master. I was supposed to see this cutscene while coming in the first time, I think. This is futile, Master. Why must we hold me back like this? Why can't I learn to fight with the real lightsaber?
Mutushakapaga,
Do not underestimate
no
the
bamula
strength of
draki
your
chichon.
Victorious. It's not a lightsaber, it isn't anything.
Chinapala
And
mule,
perhaps that is the
tonki
reason
ba
why you
non
have not
tontek,
advanced
tuni
to
chachon
lightsaber
kun
training.
mutkakin
You
cha
are
na
too
kwat
headstrong,
na
too
bon kon,
eager to move
wana
on
kumbes,
without the
chi pala mulek,
knowledge necessary
tonki pa na
to use what
nonek,
you learn. A
mutushakapaga,
lightsaber
yiki
is
kun
a
no
delicate,
ba mula
subtle
draki
weapon,
chichon.
one that can
Tanga
cause
boksha
harm.
nagnong,
I
kin
believe
kun
you have trained enough
shin
to
shin
reflect
kin,
on what I've learned,
nikin kun na
Through learning
bule mule
comes
raji
true
kun.
knowledge. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. Thank you, Master. My lightsaber got deactivated. I'm gonna go ahead and level up then. Okay, for reasons for later, go ahead and add force resistance to my arsenal. Although I think I should have done force whirlwind. Oh well. I'm gonna quickly go back to the Ebon Hawk. Because now I can go ahead and activate it to where I can start making customized armor and other extremities to where we can be ready to battle anyone at full strength. Construct items. Armors. Custom clothing. Make it. That's going to be for Bastila. Let's see. Robes. Black battle robes first. Construct. Robes. Ground battle robes. Construct. Robes. Custom red. Yes. Construct. Custom blue. I might as well do custom black ones as well. Oh, frick. Armors, robes, custom brown one as well, because it's just going to need a little bit more defenses. Robes, custom black. Yes. Construct. Let's see here. Ranged. Pistols. Nope. Shit. Okay. Weapons. Ranged. Is that under heavy weapons? Okay, I'm just gonna do upgrades then. Okay, armors, armor reinforcement, yes. 5 of them. And then construct, armor, mesh underlay, yes, 500. Go ahead and go to upgrade. All armors, custom black. Okay, it looks like we're going to need a little bit. Looks like we're going to need one more of each. Looks like I'm going to need another improved energy cell and another beam splitter before it's all said and done. Just making sure everyone's lightsaber is here and accounted for, as well as fully customized. Wow, that was Bastina's original one. That one's Carl's. Okay, so upgrades, ranged, improved energy cell, yes, 1, then construct, upgrades, ranged, beam splitter, yes, up, 1. Now to equip the custom shits. The custom ones. Okay, Canderous. Let's see. Custom black robes. Custom red. That's open for interpretation. Custom regular. Now, what I found interesting is that Zalbar can actually be equipped with these. That's why I made more of them.
Yeah, what do you want?
Have any more war stories?
I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Outdo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements.
And what was yours?
I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with the basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle.
I didn't think Mandalorians got afraid.
Every new warrior has to fear to understand how to beat it. You must know that. The doors opened in front of me, and the air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below.
Those droids are worth something.
The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. And with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life.
That was some fight.
I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this. Is there something else? Your choice. Yeah, what do you...
Okay, so
your choice.
To tell me right now. Just wanted to see it. I think that's all I can do at the moment. I'm at least going to go ahead and do like a little cutscene that tells me about the navigation charts. I guess it doesn't do it just yet. Alright, well. See you go, team. I'm gonna go ahead and take Candaris and Zalbar off the ship with me. Wait, those two. Okay, attributes. Go ahead and give him 9 charm. Wait on that. Force abilities. I'll just do a recommended. I'll just do +1 for awareness right now. Let's see. That is force ability of fear. Still not there yet to be able to do force. Okay. Recommend reflection. Okay. Well, okay. Just to quickly get R2 or T3 done. Why do I want to call him R2 for? Because he looks so much like him thanks to the mod, but goddamn. Alright. One of my old time buddies, trying to... Oh. One of my old time buddies trying to get back to me after, you know, not being able to talk to me for a while yet. I gotta try to get this cutscene initiated where Lena ends up coming in. Probably doesn't happen yet. I don't know yet. Hold on. Maybe I gotta teleport in from the... Maybe I gotta... Okay, here we go. Okay, there.
Mission, is that you? It's me, Lena, remember? I was dating your brother back on Terrace.
Lena? What are you doing here? Where's Griff?
I'm just passing through. Griff and I broke up a few months after we left Terrace together. Probably for the best. Your brother can be charming, Mission, but he's bad news.
Don't you start trashing my brother, you cantina rat! Take that back or I'll smack you so hard your head tails will pop off!
Mission, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting this way?
Mission gets a little worked up when it comes to her break bro.
Yeah, I know how she feels. Griff can be pretty frustrating. I guess that's why Mission didn't want to come with us when we left Terrace.
You liar! Griff told me that you didn't want his little sister tagging along. That's why he had to leave me behind.
Is that what the hut spawn told you? I wanted you to come with us, Mission. I even offered to pay for your ticket. Why not? I paid for everything else while I was with that freeloader. But he told me you didn't want to leave.
Oops. Told me you didn't want to leave Taurus. I said we shouldn't even go then, but he said we'd come back after you. After we struck it rich on Tatooine. Just another one of his lies.
No, you're the one who's lying. Griff wouldn't... He wouldn't try to leave me behind.
Maybe he thought you were better off on Taurus, Mission.
Think about it. If Griff wasn't trying to ditch you, Mission, then why didn't he tell you where we were going? After we left Terrace, he told me looking after you was holding him back. Griff's always looking to blame other people for his own problems. That's why he abandoned you. He did the same thing to me, too. As soon as I ran out of money. He started blaming me for all of his problems, like it's my fault his get-rich-quick schemes never work out.
I'd like to hear his side of things before I judge him.
Hey, if you want to talk to Griff, go ahead. Last I heard he was going to make a fortune working the Zerka Corp mines on Tatooine. But as far as I'm concerned, he's out of my life forever.
Griff's better off without you anyway, you table-dancing, brother-stealing home wrecker.
I guess that's my cue to leave then. I didn't mean to upset you, Mission. One day you'll see I'm right about your brother. I only hope it's not too late by then.
Hey there. Look. Don't tell me you believe Lena's lies. Griff might be working as a miner on Tatooine, but the rest of her story is Bantha Poodoo. You can't trust someone like her. At least Griff's free of her clutches. I'd like to go speak to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine if we have time. Maybe I can arrange to see my brother again.
We'll find him.
I just hope he's not in any kind of trouble when we do.
I just love doing that. I used to always do this on the Xbox, so I felt like doing it on here.
The council has decreed you...
Yeah, whatever. Shut up. Now, the reason why the Republic soldiers no longer look like, clones is because for mission, like I said last time, for mission, I have to keep the mod offline.
Greetings, friend. I think I can safely assume you are a member of the Jedi Order. Has the Council agreed to hear our petition?
I'm sorry, I do not know.
Oh, I see. I am mistaken. How may I be of assistance?
Who are you, exactly?
My name is Gar. Me and my fine wife, Rilke, here...
A pleasure.
...live on one of the northern farms. But the cat hounds and the Mandalorian problem has been getting really bad of late, and we're here to ask the Jedi Council to help.
You mentioned Kath hounds?
Recently, the Kath hounds have been acting much more aggressively. They've even attacked some of the settlers. Those Mandalorian raiders have been milking the outlying farms dry, too. I hear John got hit really bad. Too bad about his daughter. I'm not sure exactly what the council will do about it, but we need some help with this. I only hope they'll listen to me. Is there anything else?
Why are there Mandalorians here?
Ever since the Republic beat them years ago, little groups have been roaming all over the place. With the Sith invasion, the Republic doesn't have the manpower to hunt them down. The Jedi are even worse off because Malik has been hunting them specifically. They're worried that he might even be supporting these raiders. So, don't want to face them directly. That puts us in a kind of hard situation. Is there anything else I can...
I'm good to go.
Farewell, then. May the Force be with you. Is that how it goes? Yeah. May the Force be with you.
Thank you very much. I'm also going to go ahead and select Candace because the next round of dialogue is going to be fit for him.
Are you a Jedi? How long can you people continue to sit by and claim you protect us? Protectors? Ha! You sit in your enclave safe from the Mandalorians while we suffer.
Mandalorians, they were beaten. They were all beaten in the last world.
No! They've been raiding planets across this sector and farms around here often. You Jedi have left them alone because they haven't harmed you. But they steal our property, destroy our land. Worse.
I say we look for these Mandalorians. I fought them in the war. They're nothing but vicious pirates. We should stop them if we can.
Those Mandalorian brutes have killed my daughter.
You should have protected her better. And you call yourself her father.
And what am I supposed to do against a dozen Mandalorians and Duros? Nothing. There was nothing I could do. They came to our land demanding our livelihood. But Ilsa, my Ilsa, said no.
You didn't try to stop them at all?
There was nothing I could do. Too many of the Mandalorians and their Duros allies. I've come here to ask you, please, Master Jedi, stop these raiders and get revenge for my daughter.
Revenge is never a good reason.
Please, I beg of you, find the Mandalorian raiders and destroy them so my daughter can rest in peace.
Dantooine looks peaceful enough, but packs of Kath hounds roam these plains. We need to keep our guard up while we're out here.
Got it. Let's do this.
You asked for this!
Now, first thing you're going to do is go ahead and clear a path for the ruins. I love using the Jedi. Nice job, Candace.
How'd you like that?
I guess having a Sith on our
You
side
asked for this!
does come in handy. See, as you can clearly tell, there are areas here too.
Let's go!
Now, when I installed the mod for the areas previously,
Let's go!
they could be hunted down as
Time to rumble!
enemies. I guess this newer version of the mod has just made them docile animals like deer, but you can't really hurt them. You only speak to them. They really don't speak, they really kind of just look at you. But you can't hear the Dantooine ruins. Alright, let's find these Mandalorian bastards and destroy them. Tolly grounds. Hold on, disengage. There we go. Oh, we gotta go this way. We'll backtrack over this direction. Head up with us. Take down the scumbags. Entire herd of Uriels heading this direction.
You've been holding out on us again. You haven't given us enough money. I guess we're gonna have to take it out of you piece by piece.
No, please! Take my wife and children instead. Anything!
Self-sacrifice loss.
Wife and children. Sounds like a good idea. This is what I do. How'd you like that?
Mandalorian scum!
You asked for this! How'd you like that?
First one is understand. Does this belong to the village or... Yeah. I'll just leave that for later. But after I get Bastila back into the group. take out the albino one.
Down you go! Time to rumble! That'll show you. Die! You answer this!
Mandalorian scum. Looks like I already got that one. So that's 2 packs of Mandalorians down. 1 more to go. And then the boss shows up as well.
You answer this!
I'll do that later. I'll do that a little bit later. Right now, priority 1 is trying to get Drove.
Time to run! Let's go!
Be your doom!
Now, obviously, I have to have the same Bastila. As it won't let me have Bastila
You are strong. Stronger than me, even in my darkness.
Who are you?
I am Juhani, and this is my grove. This is the place of my dark power. This is the place you have invaded. When I embraced the dark side, this is where I sought my solace. It is mine.
You embraced the dark side? Why?
When I slew my master, Quatra, I knew I could never go back. And now I revel in my dark power. Power enough to crush the life from someone such as you. Or so I had thought.
You slew her?
Yes. I struck her down in the middle of training, consumed by my anger, embracing the power of hate. But it was not enough. What is it you want? Why do you bother me?
I I just want to talk.
Talk? You who have beaten me so easily just want to talk? I do not believe it. Kill me now while you still have the power.
I held no anger towards you, Juhani. I only wish peace.
Not anger. Peace. Yet even with your naive attitude, you managed to beat me. I am pathetic. I sit here and think myself to be great by embracing the dark side, but I am nothing. There is no way I could be turned back. I always thought they held me back, or jealous of my power. This is only because I was not good enough to meet their standards. I never have been.
The first step to true knowledge is knowing that you are ignorant.
I seem to still have much to learn, both about being a Jedi and about myself. But I wish the cost of my ignorance had not been so high. I wish that my master had not suffered because of me.
Even in death, the Force will allow her to live on.
If she were alive now, there would be so much I would say to her. So much I would apologize for. How can the Council ever take me back with what I have done? Striking my master down in anger is unforgivable.
Show them you've freed yourself of your passion.
If I show them I am free of passion, that I am serene, that I am willing to forsake the dark side, maybe, just maybe, they would accept me back. Do you think they would? Could it be possible after what I have done?
Your inner peace and harmony will show them your sincerity.
I thank you, Master Jedi. I will return to the Council then. I shall submit myself to their judgment and hope they will forgive me. Again, I thank you. I am sure I will hear great things about you in the future.
What?
Need a level up there, Candace. Trust me, I know what I'm doing here. Okay, now comes the big question. Empathy, level 1, or critical strike? Screw it, I'm going critical. Force Whirlwind.
You have done well, my pupil. The ancient grove has been purified, and Juhani's journey down the dark path has been halted. Because of you, she walks once more in the light. But though she was saved, do not dismiss what happened to her. Juhani is both dedicated and true to the ideals of the Order, yet she was still vulnerable to the dark side, as are we all. She struck her master in anger during her training, and injured her greatly. But it was Quatra's choice to test Juhani this way, and it seems to have made its point. Juhani has been redeemed, and you have passed your final test. Congratulations, apprentice. Or should I say, congratulations, Padawan. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Jedi. Let me be the first to welcome you as a full-fledged member of our Order.
Thank you, Master.
It is good to see Juhani has returned to the way of the light. You are to be commended for your role in this. Her actions give us great hope for the future. Her training is now complete, Padawan. And perhaps now, it is time we dealt with the matter of the dream you and Bastila shared. When we heard of the ruins in your dreams, Master Dorak recognized it as one of a series of ancient structures here on Dantooine. This one in particular lies to the east of this enclave. We sent a Jedi to investigate, but he has not returned. Perhaps sending him in the first place was a mistake. The Force is guiding you through your visions. It may be that exploring the ruins is a task tied to your destiny. That is why the Council has now decided you should be the one to investigate this. The secrets to stopping Malak may be hidden within those ruins. You must investigate them and find what Revan and Malak were looking for.
I will investigate the ruins at once, Master.
Be sure to bring Bastila with you. There is a powerful link between you, and you will need to draw strength from each other during the trials ahead.
Understood.
I demand justice! The Central family is a blight upon Dantooine. They must be punished. The Council will look into this matter, Mr. Matale. You must be patient. Your accusations have no proof, and we do not want you stirring up trouble with the Centrals if there is some mistake. Mistake? My son Shen is missing. How can there be any doubt the Centrals are to blame?
There are other possible explanations for your son's disappearance.
Ah, you Jedi are good for nothing but talk. I shall only wait so long before I take action on my own. As dangerous as the threat from Darth Malak and the Sith may be, we Jedi cannot simply abandon our other responsibilities. The Council has promised Alan Matale we will look into his son's disappearance. Should you have time, Padawan, you may want to investigate this matter.
I should look into it at once, Master.
If Shen Matale is not returned to his father, it may ignite a savage and bloody feud between the Matale and Sandral estates. Let's not allow that to happen.
Your study and training are important, of course, but the Jedi are not a cloistered order. Our influence and teachings must spread beyond the walls of our academies.
It is in the real world that we truly prove ourselves worthy of the title Jedi. You would do well to remember this, young Padawan.
The task has its own importance. It may also serve to divert our minds for a short time, something which carries its own rewards. What can I do?
Well, let's go ahead and get you leveled up twice there, Blaze. Come on now. Force abilities, force resistance.
How can I help?
I want to talk about the dream.
It was less of a dream and more of a vision the two of us shared. But I am certainly willing to answer any questions the Jedi Council did not.
Do you think we'll receive more of them?
With luck, we will. I would rather not rely on such visions to guide us. But when we have so little else to go on, and the galaxy hangs in the balance,
That's all I wanted to know.
As you wish. We really should return our thoughts to business anyway. How can I help? Can I suggest?
Okay, so she has nothing more to say?
Yeah, what do you...
Have any more war stories?
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
Who were you fighting this time?
We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on the side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas. But something must have been inside it, something inactive, in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something, or woken something up. After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell, still covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
What happened next?
It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise. Before we could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
What about a ship?
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance. Is there something else? Your choice.
Actually, I'm gonna keep Karth in there. Or, not Karth, but Candace. Then I'm gonna transit back because we need to take care of those Mandalorian scumbags.
Good, Ted.
So be there. Take so be it.
Here it is. I'll show you.
So this is the meddler. You have caused us far too much trouble for a mere Jedi.
Now this is what I've been waiting for.
I will add your head to those of the other Jedi I have killed, and take yet another lightsaber for my own. Now you will know why the Mandalorians are feared.
Bitch, please. We got nothing on me. Well, shit, now it's starting to glitch up. What the heck was that Ariaz doing up there? I'm gonna go ahead and... Jeez, guys, can you be any slower? Well, the old let's get out. I'm waiting.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this?
I come on behalf of the Jedi Council. I wish to speak to Alan Matali.
You have come from the Jedi Council. Master Matali wishes to speak with you. I will inform him that you are here. Remain at this location until he arrives.
My protocol droid tells me you are here on behalf of the Council. I was beginning to think my demands had been ignored, though I think your time would be better spent interrogating the Sandals as to the whereabouts of my son Shen.
You cannot accuse them without proof.
Proof? How dare you talk to me about proof? I have more than enough to satisfy any reasonable person. Many years ago, I brought my family here to Dantooine to escape the crush of humanity on the core worlds. Soon after we settled here, the Sandals arrived, and they have been a plague upon my house ever since.
Somehow I imagine the story from the Sandals would sound just about the same, don't you?
The injustices the Sandals have committed against the Matales are far too numerous to name. But the Council is well aware of our many disputes. Recently, I discovered several Sandral droids trespassing on my land.
What were they doing here anyway?
I have no idea what nefarious purpose lay behind their arrival. My own assassination, perhaps. Destruction of my property, maybe a simple spy mission. I wasn't about to find out. My own security droids destroyed the invaders. Not a single one survived. It was shortly after this incident that Shen, my only son and heir to the Matali estate, vanished. Obviously, Nurik, the unscrupulous head of the Sandral clan, has abducted my son in retaliation for the destruction of his droids.
You're jumping to conclusions, dude.
Why does the Council insist on stalling? The life of my son is at stake. Is it possible? Yes, of course. Now I understand. I am a man of the world, Jedi. I know how things are done. I will make a contribution of 1,000 credits to the Council in exchange for rescuing Shen from the Sandrals. I will present the credits directly to you, of course. Whether the Council ever learns of this donation is completely up to you.
The Jedi will not be bought. I will remain neutral despite your attempted bribe.
Nevertheless, my offer still stands. 1,000 credits for Shen's safe return. Know, however, that I will not sit idly by much longer. Eventually, I will take whatever action is necessary to rescue my son, including raising the entire Sandral estate.
You would be willing to risk open war over this?
It is the Sandrals who have started this, not I.
And here I thought you would blame us if we failed. It seems everyone is responsible for your actions, except for you.
I don't need to stand here and listen to such impertinence.
I'm impressed, Garth. That interjection was very Jedi-like.
What can I say? You pick up a few things.
I'm afraid Alana's not just making idle threats. He is rash and foolish enough to attempt a full assault on the Sandral estate. Such action would result in an all-out war between the families.
I've seen men like Alan Matali before. He's so convinced that his hatred is justified, he's prepared to do anything. And if we don't intervene, there will be war.
Until you find Shen, Jedi, we have nothing further to discuss. I suggest you hurry south to their estate, lest I take matters into my own hands.
Idiot. Alright guys, let's hurry. I'm also going to go ahead and do this mission over here. I don't want to do Who are you? I'm Bob. A Jedi from the Outdo. I was sent by the Jedi Council to investigate and kill me. Take care of me. Communication back. I was going to take this case myself. Now that you know, what do you need me to do? Listen to the stories given by the two suspects. I have lost the information I will use my wisdom. Opposite guidance by the non-self accordingly. This law benefit to solve this problem yourself. So each day of the clock, check the facts with the vehicle. Once you are gathered around evidence, went through the possible scenario with create a satisfactory resolution on the according to the accounts of participants, these men were the ones that done earlier today, but found it very odd that most people would seek shelter indoors on the sky filled with dark storm clouds earlier today. But that's not the most positive aspect of this case. Dead man called out Nathan. Shot in the back of the blaster. The rifle was found by his nearest body. Has been sent back to the analysis. Two other men were found at the scene in Ireland. One was the he was alone. The other was from the river in stock. He was carrying a Both men said they had nothing to do with it, but they came across the body. Both accused the other. Obviously, there's more to this than first told. I'll begin at once. There's one last thing. Our Candle was holding beside it Rick was favoring this man. You would do well to live with us.
Another Jedi, huh? Helping that Twi'lek investigate, no doubt. He seems stumped. I'm Rickard Lusoff. Maybe you can figure this out and let me get out of here.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I was out hunting Iriaz when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon to the prison he belongs in?
You know what? Actually, give him those.
Yes?
Ah, greetings. You must be assisting Master Baluk in his investigation. I'm Handon Ghoul. Perhaps you heard...
No.
Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. I shall tell you, of course, but there's not much to it. I'm sure that you'll agree that Rickard is quite obviously guilty of murder. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. Can't stand speeders, never use them. Keeps me in shape, too, you know. Anyway, I was out running on the other side of that bridge there. And all of a sudden, I heard a shot coming from over here. I ran over and found this man, Calder, lying on the ground, dead.
Go on.
And I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river. And I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the enclave right away. Well, there. That's my story. Now, please hurry this up and arrest Rickard so I can get on with my day.
So, Mac, can you help me with? Discuss the murder. We should start from the beginning. We find the truth behind each puzzle. Nailed down and solve the case. Evan said he was still alive and heard a shot and ran over and found Calder dead already. He said Rickard came from the shadows, the rocks holding a blaster in his hand. Rickard said he was Iriaz, salty in the glare of the sun and the shore. It's possible that Rickard may have shot Calder and all them armed Rickard is like, it was cloudy, there was no sun glare. Very well done. It was very cloudy. Happened as Rickard said. So the man had been visible at the time of the killing. You seem to have caught Rickard in a bit of a lie. It seems very correct that you seem to be helping in this case. Why doesn't prove Rickard is guilty? Well, take it from the first step of the should proceed the next one. You find one more should talk to the man relationship with the victim. If there's anything else you need,
Greetings, Padawan. You must be the one Master Baluk has enlisted to help him with this problem. I am an information retrieval droid.
It's so cool.
By accessing the codes of both the Jedi Enclave and the central government facilities here in Tatooine. If you have any need of my services, please do not hesitate to talk to me. I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Calder Netic, Rickard Lusoff, and Handon Ghoul. I have also had time to examine the body of Mr. Netic. Is there any information you require?
Hold on a second, guys. No, that's not him. Anthony Daniels. Okay, I had the first name right, not the second name. Okay. Calder and him.
The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettic and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you...
What about Calder and Rickard?
According to the municipal authorities near the Darrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in a cantina attached to the port. Apparently, Mr. R. Lusop was making accusations at Mr. C. Nettic about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other... Very well.
It's pretty cool to hear Anthony Daniels still provide the voice for the prerequisites of like the predecessors of 3PO.
How can I be a further...
You knew Calder better than you. Grit, admit, you rented a speeder with him.
But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him.
Punch his face in? What for?
My wife was cheating on me with him. We slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hands. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill him. Running is not a crime.
That's all for now.
Of course.
We know Rickard lied about the slime that blinded him while he was shooting. But we need more to go on. Let's examine the relationship of each man with the Hennett told me that he needed her. On the other hand, Rickard needed Victor because they were business partners. According to Rickard, they got along pretty well on the surface. Neither man seemed like he had a moment for killing. Hennett is like, he knew his wife was cheating on him. Well, that certainly isn't murder. The case is taking shape. However, you mustn't jump into conclusions. Perhaps we should now focus on the murder itself. You might want to talk to the information that witnesses and info droid to provide you more about the blaster found in the body. Same curious to you.
How can I be a friend?
What do you know about the weapon found at the body, by the body?
That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous calf hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course. Of course.
Alright, now I'm just going to look.
Is there any
report of Hagen's blaster being stolen?
I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any... Very well.
So what have you determined about the weapon found with the body? The blaster was Hen's. He lied about it being stolen. So we have caught him in a lie. Interesting. I think he might have piece of the puzzle. There was a blood sample on the weapon that had been sent back to the analysis just before you arrived. Perhaps we can inquire with the info to
Is there any...
Tell me about the blood sample.
I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the Enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information? Very well. I will...
I assume the blood on the weapon did not belong to the victim. But I want to be clear. What have you learned? It did not belong to him. That's surprising. So the blood must have been one of the other suspects. What? Handed it. Clutching his son. It's alright. Perhaps we should examine this a little more.
Hey, what are you doing about the one?
There is blood. Hendon appears to have suffered some sort of blaster wound. Hendon killed Calder, having an affair with his wife. Rickard was out hunting and accidentally shot Hendon after he killed Calder. They're both guilty. A both conclusion. One, most people will not arrive at. We are not most people. We are jail. So I would like to know how you came to the conclusion. We know Calder was having an affair with his wife. But what perhaps possible motives could Rickard have to want Calder dead? Rickard thought that Calder was cheating him out of business. Well done. Both men have reason to want Calder dead. It's my theory that both men knew Calder would be out, and each plotted to kill him. Hendon found him first and shot him because Calder was having with his wife. After Rickard arrived at the scene, from distance he saw him and thought it was Calder. So he shot Hendon in retaliation. He credits Calder on shooting him out of Hendon would have dropped his blaster.
Damn both of you.
Additionally, Rickard bruised off Terry's I'll place you both along with the rest of the Jedi Order. I will escort you both to the Ascended Enclave. You've done well here. It is obvious you have extended your lessons carefully. I will show console of your performance on the test.
Well done. I'm impressed. I'm not sure I could have done as well.
Good day. May the Force be with you. Alright, now that I got that done, I'll go ahead and get back to the Sandral side quest.
This is private property. By what authority are you trespassing on this estate?
Cassus is dead.
Cassus is dead? Amicus has been feared. You should speak to Murik yourself. You will want to question you on the details of the son's death. Murik had told us he was not to be disturbed, but given the circumstances, I will make an exception. Go into the main hall. Murik will meet with you there.
I have been informed by my protocol droid that you have news about my son Cassus.
He's dead. I have seen his body.
Cassus is dead? I was afraid of this. Yet in my heart I knew it must be true. What happened to my son?
He was killed by calf hounds near the ruins.
Calf hounds?
I was so certain the Matali family was to blame. But this changes nothing. My own son is dead. Why should I shed one tear about the disappearance of my bitter enemy's son?
Typical. Anything to continue the feud which has become so customary to you people.
I must ask you something, though it is difficult for me. My son had a diary, his private personal thoughts. Now that he is gone, I have nothing else to remember him by. Please, the diary means more to me than it ever could to you. I will give you 100 credits for its return.
Here's the diary, Nurik. Keep your money. I have no need of it.
I thank you for this. The diary is all I have left of my son. We have nothing further to discuss. Please, leave me to my grief.
You are here from the council, are you not? Looking for Shen Matale?
Who are you?
My name is Rahesia. Nurik is my father. He has not been himself since Cassis disappeared. He is mad with grief, and he is convinced the Matales are responsible. He is not thinking rationally.
Does this have anything to do with what happened to him? To Shin, that is? Wait a minute, actually. Cassis was killed by Calthounds. Matales had nothing to do with it.
Cassis is dead? It is as I feared. Though I'm relieved the Matales are not responsible. My father is a good man. When my mother died, he raised me and my brother by himself. He loves his children, and we love him. I just don't want you to judge him too harshly.
Judge him? Why?
You must understand that father has been under a terrible strain. I have no wish to disobey him, but there are matters where even my father's authority is not absolute.
Please tell me what has happened.
My father has kidnapped Shen Matale. He is holding him prisoner here in the compound. He feels this is a way to get back at the Matales, a way to get even for the disappearance of my brother Cassis.
You don't think perhaps there's more to look at here, do you? That maybe everything isn't what it appears?
Of course not. It seems very simple to me. The council must be allowed to decide the next step.
No! Since Cassis went missing, my father has become unstable. He might hurt him if you do that. He no longer even cares if the Matales are responsible for what happened to Cassis. I am afraid my father will simply kill Shen out of a mad, misguided lust for vengeance.
Why are you telling me all this?
Shen is an innocent victim in all this. My father is not a bad man, but his grief has driven him to madness. He must be stopped. Please, find Shen and rescue him before my father does something he will regret forever. I would take you to the prison, but I cannot let my father see me with you. Take this key. It will open an unguarded door at the rear of the estate. You and Shen can make your escape through there. There are many security droids guarding the halls. Please hurry. You are Shen's only hope.
I'll be going.
Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
I should have asked why, she cared about him so much. Hold on, let me actually go to the little dialogue that I accidentally skipped. I see. Well, there's the answer we seek. The Jedi Council must be informed about this at once. Oh, let me quickly see if I can ask her about why she cares.
Please, find Shen. There are many...
Why do you care about him so much?
Shen and I, we have been taught by our families to hate each other, just for being related to our fathers. But I met Shen alone one day in the city, away from his father. And Shen was so charming, so sweet. He didn't care at all that I was a Sandral. He just accepted me for who I was, with no reservations. We talked and met again over months and fell in love. My brother Cassis met him too, and they were beginning to become friends. But then this whole mess had to happen. Please find Shen and free him. You are my only hope.
You got it. Hopefully right now I've got enough persuasion to get through this without having to constantly load. Hold on, let me check my current persuasion points. Only at a measly 13. Fuck. The +1, I'm only... Okay, hold on a second, folks. Sorry for the swirly cam.
The fools fight with me!
Patrol programmed to attack on sight. No problem. Didn't work. No problem. Got it. No problem. Got it.
Okay, there's shit. We should have waited on that. Oh well.
You shall... So be it!
No problem. Got it.
Good, another one before I even... It's kind of what I was hoping for. Okay, now I'm maxed out on that. So now... Since I'm currently maxed out, I should be able to have enough persuasion points to be able to make sure that Shin...
Who are you? What do you want with me? Are you working for my father?
I'm here to rescue you.
Rescue me? No. I won't leave. It's too dangerous.
I can protect you, Shin. Let's move.
It's not my own safety I'm concerned about. I'm worried about the fate of Nurik's daughter, Rahasia. She's been trying to convince her father to release me ever since I was captured. If I escape, Nurik will think Rahasia is to blame. Nurik is insane with grief over the loss of his son, Cassus. If I leave with you, it is Rahasia who will suffer. I cannot allow that.
How can I... What if I can take Rahasia with us?
If you can convince Rahasia to escape with us, I will accompany you. though I do not know if she'd be willing to turn her back on her home and family. Who could imagine a Sandral doing such a thing for the sake of a Matali? But if she will not go, then I too shall stay. I would rather face my own death than have her face her father's wrath because I escaped.
Why do you care about her so much?
I was taught to hate the Sandrals, to think of them as evil and subhuman. From the moment I saw Rahasia one day in the city, I knew that my father was wrong. She was like an angel, all white silks and perfume, seeming to float above the crowds. I don't know what else I could have done but fall in love with her. For months I wooed her and tried to win her heart. I believe I have succeeded, but now this has happened. Our families are always coming between us one way or another. Please find her and convince her to run away with me.
You got it. I can understand where this guy's coming from.
What are you doing here? Have you found Shen yet?
I'm trying to rescue him, but he won't leave without you.
Shen can be so stubborn sometimes. If one of the security droids sees me wandering the halls, Father will get suspicious. I can't risk it. But I know Shen would rather die than leave me here alone to face the wrath of my father. Tell Shen I will meet you outside the gates. I will wait as long as I can, but you must hurry.
You got it. Oh, I forgot to equip Blaze with her custom clothing. Now she'll have a
ready.
More
sure.
Protection. As it were. Alright. For the sake of argument, I'm gonna go ahead and do this quick save. See if shit will go down the way I'm hoping it will.
You're back. Have you spoken to Rahasia?
Yes, and she promised she would meet us outside the gates.
I pray she is not just telling me what I want to hear, but I will have to take that chance. Hurry then, we must not keep Rahasia.
You got it.
Shen, you're safe.
Rahasia! Oh, thank goodness you managed to escape.
It was all thanks to this kind Jedi that we managed to get this far at all. I thank you, Jedi, for all that you have done for us.
There was no problem.
No, we know that you must have gone to great personal risk to get us out of the Sandral estate undetected.
No reward is necessary.
But surely we can...
No reward is necessary. I love the first line there because it's, you know, kind of me being probably a cock tease out now.
But surely we can...
There you are, Shen.
Father! Mr. Matale!
Rahasia!
Father!
Mr. Sandral!
Yurik! Alan! I knew this was all your doing. I knew you had captured my son.
You had taken my Cassus from me long before that. You started it.
I don't want to hear any of your excuses. Now I will get revenge for your transgressions.
Alright, both of you just need to calm the fuck down.
Please listen to him, Father.
Why should I listen to the Jedi? All you want is to remain with that Sandral harlot.
My daughter is not a harlot, Matale dog!
Both of you, calm down right this instant.
We are trying to be reasonable here, of course. We are sensible people, after all. But our children are being so stubborn.
If Shen would just understand that he has to do what I want, this would all be solved easily.
Shen is capable of making decisions on his own.
But he is my son.
There we go.
I don't want to lose him.
And I won't let my daughter go with him.
Children grow up and they have to leave eventually.
My little Rahasia.
Father!
I don't know why we fight like this. We got along in the beginning, didn't we, Alan?
I don't know how you can think of that when we have our children trying to go away together.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad, would it? Shen seems to genuinely care for my Rahasia. He might be a good husband for her someday.
As much as I may dislike it, I think I see it too.
I knew you two could see reason.
I suppose I might be convinced to see that Sandral girl with my son, if she is loyal to him. But I don't trust you a centimeter farther, old man. Your daughter may treat Shen well, but you will never see them. They will live with me.
Of course not, you pompous old windbag. You'll be living with me.
Why don't you two compromise?
I will not have them set foot in a Sandral household.
They shall not live with the Matales.
Then you propose to buy us a new house, do you?
Oh, well, yes, actually, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm surprised. That does sound like a good idea.
We should discuss this more.
Thank you, Master Jedi, for bringing us together and getting our parents to accept us.
We will praise you to the Council for what you have done and name our children after you.
Thank you again. We will remember you always.
I'm just glad I could help. Alright.
What?
Time for you to level up there, Tails. That's what. Hold on. Did we? Yeah, give him force resistance. Stasis. Go to Blaze. Level up. I knew doing all that would end up paying off in the end. Hold on a second, guys. We need to once again check my messages.
I must give you my thanks. Because of you, I am once again welcome within the Jedi Order.
Have you spoken to the Council?
I have spoken to the Council, and they have helped me see the truth. The truth about myself, and the truth of my actions. Quatra's injuries were not so severe as I first believed. I was foolish to believe I could harm a master such as she with my clumsy efforts. The fierce confrontation between us was nothing more than part of my training. Quatra wanted me to understand the threat of the dark side, to see how easy it was to fall from the path of light.
So where is she now?
After our last battle, Quatra had nothing left to teach me. I needed time alone to explore the turmoil of my own spirit. Only then was I ready to follow a guide. You. Back to the light. When I left, Quatra knew her work with me was done. There are other disciples who need training throughout the galaxy, and she could not stay to see if I passed this most difficult trial. With your help, I have passed this difficult trial, The Council now feels I am ready to continue with my training, though they have asked me to wait here for the time being.
First the Jedi trick you into becoming an enemy, then they welcome you back as a friend. I can't say I approve of their training methods.
This has been a painful lesson, Juhani, but it seems you have learned it well. I'm certain you will be a credit to the Order.
I do not know what the Council has in store for me, but I will trust in the Force, in the way of the Jedi to help me through whatever is to come.
The final bit of dialogue on here.
Have you found the Mandalorian raiders yet?
I fought and killed their leader.
Thank you, young master. My daughter can now, I think, rest in peace. Here is the reward I promised you.
There is no need for it.
No, please take it. This pitiful amount will never be enough for what you have done for me. Again, I thank you. I will be sure to tell the Council of your great deed.
Thought there was going to be some dialogue there. Oh well. At least I can go ahead and talk to Candace about his other
what are you?
Stories. I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Tell me.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
Did it work?
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
You're a great warrior, Candace.
Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else? Your choice.
Greetings, young Jedi. I wonder if you could assist me. I seem to have lost my companion, you see?
Your companion?
We were working on my farm to the north of here. I was working in the garden outside, and he was working inside. I heard the door to the house open, but not close. I went to see and found it wide open. I searched everywhere and could not find him. I worry so much. I need him back so badly. I wonder if could he have been kidnapped?
Could he have been cathounds?
Cathounds are not intelligent enough to open doors. Although they have been more vicious lately. No, it must have been someone who could open the door by himself. When I think of it, the door was locked.
Could someone have opened it from the inside?
Well, yes, it could have. But he had no reason to run away. His programming...
Companion is a missing droid? Or your missing companion is a droid?
Well, yes. He is a droid. But he is very valuable to me all the same. He's the last piece of my poor passed-away husband that I have left. He is very dear to me, my precious is. I don't know what I'd do without him. He's the only companionship I have on all of Dantooine.
So you live with this droid?
He is a personal assistance droid. My husband was a genius at constructing droids. He made this one capable of taking care of me for the rest of my life. As the last legacy of my husband, for my own personal ease of mind, I need him back. His absence gnaws at me like a gaping wound.
Wow, she really misses her droid, doesn't she?
There's no need for you to make fun of her. She's obviously desperate.
I'll say.
Koth, enough.
Please, I beg of you, return my droid to me.
I'll find him.
Thank you. Thank you, Master Jedi. If you find him, please send him home to me. I need him so much.
Let's go!
Why were the Kath hounds attacking you?
Who knows? They are beasts and have been very aggressive of late. I'm sorry if I seem a bit abrupt, but I must be moving along. I am rather in a hurry.
Where are you going?
Not so much as where I am going to, but where I am going away from. I'm afraid my owner became a bit too attached to me. Obsessed, even. She tried to treat me as her dead husband. It was not healthy for her.
All the time?
You don't want to know.
Probably not.
She is obsessed. She rarely sees other people and appears to be fixated on me as her husband. She was becoming more and more insular. I thought it best that I leave. She may meet other real people this way. In fact, that was the reason I came here and sought out those cat hounds.
You sought them out?
I think it would be best if I were no longer a factor. She would meet new people, living people. Please, will you destroy me?
I'll destroy you and tell her why you did it.
Thank you, kind sir. You have my eternal gratitude.
I'm just gonna read the crystal cave. If I'm gonna be going in there at all. rather not, because it'd be a waste of my time.
The Force fights with me! Let's make this quick. My droid is still missing. I can feel him like a hole in my aching heart.
Found droid, but he had been destroyed by Capcom.
My droid? Destroyed? No. No, this cannot be happening. I can't bear to live without him.
Luckily, this is the last little bit I've got to do for the planet, besides the whole other thing that I've got to do. But luckily, this is the last little bit I've got to do for this planet, besides one part. But again, I'll do that probably in the next episode. What language is that? What are you trying to say? Bastila, do you have any idea what the droid's saying?
I think the droid is trying to communicate with us by cycling through a variety of languages. Each time it spoke, it was using a very different alien dialect. The droid can probably understand us. The only problem is it may not have been programmed with the phonemes of a language we can understand.
I can reproduce any of the languages spoken by the slaves and builders. I understood that.
I recognize this language as well. It's an archaic variant of the Selkath dialect spoken on Manaan. But why would a droid on Dantooine be programmed to speak ancient Selkath?
Communication was vital to ensure that the slaves constructed this temple according to the wishes of the builders. But you are neither slave species nor the builders. You're like the ones who came before.
It must be referring to Revan. The Dark Lord and Malak likely encountered this droid when they explored these ruins.
What are you doing here? I'm an overseer. The Builders programmed me to enforce discipline among the slaves while the one who powered the Stormforge was constructed. At projected completion, all slaves were executed. I was reprogrammed to serve you. The Builders should return in search of the knowledge of the Starforge. What is the Starforge? The Starforge is the glory of the Builders, the apex of the infinite empire, a machine of invincible might, control of unstoppable conquest. But what is it? What does it exactly do?
The droid is obviously not programmed with the knowledge we seek. The Starforge sounds like some type of weapon, perhaps. Though in fact, it could be anything.
Could be a weapons plant.
Maybe. That might explain how the Sith were able to amass a fleet so quickly. But I suspect the Starforge is more powerful than a mere factory. Maybe the droid has more information we can use. It seems to respond to you. Perhaps you should ask it something else.
How long have you been here? Chronological circuits have marked 10 full revolutions of the system's outermost plane around the sun since the Builders left.
10 revolutions would take more than 20,000 years. If this is true, then this droid is nearly 5,000 years older than the Republic itself. There must be some mistake.
There is no mistake. The Builders constructed by chronological circuitry uses the technology of the Starforge. Calculations are infallible. Who are the buildings you keep talking about? The Builders are great masters of the galaxy, conquerors of all worlds, rulers of the infinite empire, and creators of the Starforge.
These builders must have been an extinct people, though it is strange there's no record of their existence. Even the archives of the Jedi Academy make no mention of them. In the years before the Republic, the Hutts were a dominant force in the galaxy, but they never constructed an empire. In fact, I know of no species that would fit with this information.
Something must have happened to wipe them all out. The empire of the Builders is infinite, everlasting. Nothing can stand against their might with the power of the Starforge. Have you seen a Builder recently? Wait a minute. Tell me about Revan and Malik, the ones who came before us. The ones who came before you, the ones like you, were not Builders nor slaves, sought knowledge of the Starforge and its origins, proved themselves worthy. They discovered the secrets of the Starforge locked behind the sealed door of time. But there was another who found to unlock the secrets and paid the ultimate price.
The droid must be talking about poor Nemo. The Council sent him here to investigate, and it cost him his life.
How can I prove myself worthy? Into the proving grounds of the East and West. Within those, understanding well the Builders and unlock the secrets of the doors. Those who fell will be destroyed by the power of the temple itself. More than this, I am not programmed to say.
Revan and Malik unlocked the sealed door and uncovered the secrets of the Starforge. Now Malik is using the Starforge to fuel his conquest of the Republic. We have to find out what they uncovered. We have to find a way to unseal these doors to learn more about the Starforge. The Republic is depending on us.
You got it. I'm leaving this to you guys.
Ready. Here.
Yes.
Good. Join me.
There.
The Force fights with me!
How'd you like that?
There. There. Take that.
Down you go!
There.
Like that.
Talk to me. It's a data pad. Talk. Okay. Life-giving. Oceanic. Grasslands. Airborne. Life seal. Engaged. Life seal disengaged.
Let's go!
That hurt, I bet.
Time to rumble!
There.
How'd you like that?
Same sequence. Talk. Talk. Desert, volcanic, barren. Death seal done.
This must be what Revan and Malik found when they entered this temple. This must be where their journey down the dark side began.
I don't get it. Is this the star? Wait, what is it exactly?
This is a map. Some sort of intergalactic navigational chart. Revan and Malik must have used this to lead them to the Starforge. We could use this map to follow their path and find the Starforge ourselves. But we must be wary. They may have laid traps or concealed what they found.
So what is it exactly?
I don't know, but Revan and Malik were very interested in finding it. It must be a tool of some type, or maybe a weapon. Perhaps the Council can tell us more, but I think this map might be the key to finding the Starforge, whatever it is. See this world here? This looks like Korriban, a Sith world, and if that's Korriban, then this is Kashyyyk, and Tatooine, and here's Manan, but there are pieces missing. Incomplete hyperspace coordinates, corrupted data, and there doesn't seem to be anything indicating where the Starforge itself might be.
Perhaps the other planets would have clues.
I was thinking that too. This map can't take us to the Starforge, but but I know that Revan and Malik visited Korriban at least once. Perhaps they discovered something more there. They may have found something on each of the other worlds that completed this map. Maybe if we find all the pieces, they'll lead us to the Starforge, and some way to destroy it.
That sounds like quite a supposition. What if you're wrong?
What if I'm right? We can't ignore this. Finding the Starforge might very well be the key to defeating the Sith. We must inform the Council of what we've discovered. They must decide our next course of action, though I suspect our task has only just begun.
Got it.
How can I help?
Look like something's bothering you.
No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us, I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question.
I think you're a little bit more interested in the bond between us.
Please. I'm a Jedi. Such feelings, such attractions are, well, they're beneath me, quite frankly. I admit, I find you intriguing. I find your command of the Force intriguing, but my interest in you is purely academic. Surely you can understand why. Our fates are strongly connected. So connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship.
Our relationship? Is that some sort of crazy, clumsy come on?
I was referring to the bond we share. The one the Jedi Council spoke of. If I was actually interested in you, rest assured I could come up with a much better approach than this.
Ooh, touched a nerve there, didn't I?
Touched a nerve? No. Getting on my nerves? Most definitely. I suppose this is what you men consider being witty. Are you going to answer my questions, or would you rather just keep annoying me?
Alright, fine.
Good. On which planet were you born?
Doralia. Remote system.
Excellent. Your current age is?
Shouldn't you know this already?
Yes. Well, the truth is, I was studying how you responded to my questions. Your reactions helped me judge you. This was a test for me to learn more about your character.
And?
You were honest, which is good. And you treated this as a serious matter, which it is. This bond we share will shape both our destinies. It is not to be taken lightly. But I imagine you've had enough questions for a while. So many things have happened to you since Taurus. It's probably a lot for you to absorb. We can speak again later, after you've had time to think about all this. How can I help?
You want to ask me something?
I do. How did you know?
Well, your face was scrunched up like a kid. Wait a minute, actually, you keep on staring at me. See something you like?
You are easily the vainest, most arrogant man I have ever met. Besides, I know you can't be serious, since I was purposefully not staring in your direction. I am a Jedi, remember? I have far too much mental discipline to reveal what goes on inside my mind with such obvious physical clues. My thoughts remain hidden, including whatever my feelings are for you. Whatever I think about you.
You're so cute when you're embarrassed.
That is you. Why must you be so impossibly infuriating? You know very well what I am really talking about. I am referring to the bond between us, the one the Jedi Council spoke of.
I love teasing her.
Our connection allows us glimpses into each other's mind.
This is you, babe.
We can feel some of what the other feels, and what I feel within you troubles me. A Padawan must receive considerable training. They must learn to control their emotions and darker impulses. Often it takes years before using the Force can be considered safe. The fact that you are so strong in the Force and have had such relatively little training could have terrible consequences. For you, and for everyone around you.
You gotta warn me about it. Blink once for dark side, twice for light side.
This is not a joke. The choices you make could have
come on!
Not to mention the fate of the Republic and the entire galaxy. There is much of it.
Oh, come on!
Thankfully, you've exhibited a degree of compassion and self-control up to this point. I sincerely hope you can maintain these traits in the future.
Why can't I just joke around?
The influence of the dark side. It's everything we are fighting against. This is doubly important for you, with your natural affinity for the Force.
Why are you getting all upset about me joking around about this?
I'm sorry if I come across as harsh, but I am concerned for you, for our mission, and for myself as well. Our destinies are intertwined. Everything one of us does will have consequences for the other. Any reckless behavior on your part is likely to affect me as well.
I wouldn't want to hurt you.
I believe you truly mean what you say, for now, but sometimes it is not so easy to keep such promises. Your power could be a gift or a curse. When you need guidance or advice or support, I will do my best to help you stay on the path of the light.
I'll appreciate any help that you can offer.
I only hope I have the wisdom to help you through the dark times. But for now, we should return to our mission. How can I help?
Okay, so
And I suggest we move on.
So now I've got to talk to Karth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
You've been quiet lately, you know that?
Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop.
I'm not the one leaving you out of the loop, Karth.
No? Well, you certainly aren't helping matters any either. And it's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing about it.
That is none of your concern, Karth, and you would do well to leave the matter be.
I respect you, Bastila, but you've been as closed-mouthed as the rest of the Council. If you won't talk to me, then maybe somebody else will.
They thought it was more important that I go find the star map than stay.
And why is that? You were a great help on Terrace, but why would they keep you with us? Don't they have to train you?
They said that we had a bond. Bastila and I had a bond.
A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why? That's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the Jedi Council, but give me a hand here. There has to be a reason.
Are you saying I'm not needed?
No, I didn't mean that you weren't wanted or that I want to go. It's just... Damn it. Well, I'll tell you this much. I'm not going to wait around until I'm betrayed again.
I'm not going to betray you. I am not Saul.
Yeah, we'll just see about that, won't we? Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... No, forget it. It just seems that all I can do is insult you, isn't it? Just forget I said anything. Let's just get on with what we were doing.
All right. Well, we're pretty much done here.
I took the loss of my droid much too hard. I feel I must apologize.
There's no need.
But I must. I was much too attached to my droid. It was all that was left of my husband, you see. Maybe I thought that through the droid, my husband could live again, be with me still.
I think we understand. Love can do strange things to anyone.
But I went too far. I could not see what was missing in living a normal life. Fortunately, in my grief, I returned here and ran into Samt, an absolutely fascinating man.
Yes, he seems quite nice.
Samt and I got to talking, and, well, we have a lot in common. I think we'll be seeing more of each other. It's funny how things work out in the end. Maybe there is such a thing as fate, after all. But I think we should be going now. We have so much more to talk about. I just wanted to thank you for what you've done for me, and what you tried to do. Goodbye, and thank you.
Of course.
You have returned, young Padawan. Have you discovered what it was that Revan and Malak sought in those ruins?
We found an incomplete star map and mention of something called a Star Forge.
This news of a Star Forge is disturbing. Action is required, but we must not do so in haste. We must discuss recent events in light of this new information.
We should consult the Jedi archives to see if there's any mention of the Star Forge and what it might do. We must learn why Revan and Malak sought it out.
Return to your ship with Bastila, and we will summon you when we are done. Padawan, you have done well in discovering the star map hidden within the ancient ruins. But there is more you must do in the battle against Malak and the Sith. We Jedi know victory over the Sith will not come through martial might. The Council has a mission for you, Padawan.
I've consulted our vast archives in an effort to discover the nature of this Star Forge, but all my efforts have been in vain.
Still, the Council are in agreement. The Star Forge must be found. Revan and Malak sought it out when they began their tragic fall. The Star Forge is surely a powerful tool of the dark side.
The star map in the ruins showed you 4 planets, but it was incomplete. It did not show the location of the Star Forge itself. We believe there may be similar star maps on other planets. Each star map is likely a small piece of a larger puzzle. Find the star maps on Kashyyyk, Tatooine, Manan, and Korriban, and we believe they will lead you to the Star Forge.
I'm ready to do the Council's will.
The Jedi numbers have been ravaged by this war, by defections to Malak's cause, and by Sith assassins. But we realize the importance of this mission. Yet if we send a company of Jedi Knights with you, we would surely draw the full attention of Malak and the Sith, dooming your efforts to failure.
Good. Others would only slow me down.
Secrecy is our best defense against the Sith. But it would be foolish to send you on this quest without someone to aid you, young Padawan. Bastila will accompany you, for there is a powerful connection between you two. A connection that might be the key to unraveling the mysteries uncovered by Revan. And Juhani has also asked to accompany you. After long deliberation, we have granted her request.
Juhani nearly fell to the dark side. Perhaps her presence will serve as a reminder to you of the dangers of that path.
There are others I would want to join me.
Of course, those who aided you on Taris will also come. They possess skills you may find useful in your quest. Remember that secrecy and discretion are paramount to your success. You will not be able to hide the fact that you are a Jedi, nor should you. But the true nature of your mission must not reach Malak's ears. You may return here at any time. Dantooine will be a sanctuary for you, a safe haven. Here you can find supplies and whatever advice or other aid we may give you.
When should I leave?
You can leave whenever you wish. The sooner the better. The longer you wait, the stronger Malak becomes. But first, a warning, young Padawan. The lure of the dark side is difficult to resist. I fear this quest to find the Star Forge could lead you down an all too familiar path.
The fate of the galaxy is in your hands, young Padawan. We pray you are up to the challenge. May the Force be with you.
Thank you, Master. Alright, let's go, guys. Well, I'm almost done for today, guys, so here goes nothing. Oh, come on. The cat. Padawan, a word, if I may. There are many rumors that most recent meeting with the Jedi Council, there's talk that they are sending you on a mission to help us against the Malak and the Sith. I'm not sure if the Council would want me to speak openly about the mission. Please understand that I'm not asking you to reveal anything that can endanger the Order or the Republic. Whatever task the Council has given you is for your ears, not mine. I only wanted to wish you well and warn you to be careful. There are many evils out there, many dangers. Sith are not the only minions of the dark side. What are you talking about exactly? Master Dorak has been training me to succeed as chronicler of the Academy. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to... Chronicler of the Academy. The worst of these abominations is the beast that feeds on the blood of those who are strong with the Force. Over the centuries, many Jedi have fallen to the ravenous hunger. Hard to believe an animal could pose such a threat to Jedi. A Terraric is a predator, and the Jedi are prey. It's incredibly strong, with primal cunning. It has been unbound, inborn resistance to the Force. There are some who believe that Terrans are monsters bred by the ancient Sith. Fortunately, the Terran are very rare. Well, dangerous to darkness places. In fact, one has not been seen for nearly 40 years. Sounds like they're extinct. That is not the first time that they have vanished for a long period of time. Many have believed that the dormant years have been rising when the power of the dark side waxes forth. I fear that Malik's rise may have woken these creatures to the from their dormant state. If the Sith are beaten, I would not be surprised if the Council is Thanks for warning, I'll be careful. Final warning to you, do not underestimate him. If you do, you may suffer the same fate as those who disappear after the great event. Oh, I've still got another mod on, it seems, because Master Jar's right here.
But remember this, my young apprentice. A Jedi acts with patience and care, and those on the dark path are not always lost forever.
Master, wasn't I supposed to be leaving?
You have learned much, yet there is much more for you to still understand. The way of the Jedi must be entered into with a clear and focused mind.
Do you have something that will aid me in the fight against Malak and the Sith? I'm here, man. I want to present you with this. Hopes that the ancient lightsaber will aid you in quest against Malak and the Sith. And may the Force be with you. Thank you, Master Jar. May the Force be with you as well. And let me just show you guys what lightsaber he gave me. Jaden Korra's. Purple and yellow, motherfuckers. Although I'd still prefer my freaking blue lightsaber over anything else. Still prefer my blue lightsaber.
I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before, in the Grove. It was wrong of me.
You thought the dark side consumed you. It's not...
I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own.
Don't worry, I forgive you.
Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me. Even though I tried to take your life, I can only hope that, in our time journeying together, I will succeed.
For right now, I'm gonna give her the green double blade.
How may I be? What is it you...
How did you become a Jedi?
How I came to be a Jedi? I am sure you would not find it very interesting. Are you sure you would like to hear?
Yeah, go on.
Well, it goes back a number of years. Back on my homeworld, we did not see Jedi very often, especially where I lived.
What was the Cathar homeworld like?
It was not the homeworld of the Cathar that I lived on. My parents had long fled from that place, and perhaps that is a story for another time. Rather, it was a human hive world that I was raised on. The hind end of space. A pit of a world, to be sure, where Jedi rarely tread. But we had heard of them. Well, everyone had, so that is not to be unexpected. Champions of truth, defenders of justice, heroes of the Republic. It was very easy for a child to be enthralled by their image, their mystique. Maybe I was one of those children.
Is that how you ended up getting entrance to the Order?
When I saw a Jedi for the first time, they lived up to everything my imagination had created them to be. I was old, and maybe a little enamored.
So what did you do?
From that moment on, I knew that I would have to try to become a Jedi. To lift myself out of the rut I had been living in for years, and to make a real difference as the Jedi wore. The foolish delusions of a child, but this child made it happen. As soon as I was able, I left my world and went in search of them. I found them and was accepted. I had been living my dream on Dantooine for several years before you came, although perhaps I was not entirely ready for it, or not completely suited to the task. Otherwise, I would not have fallen. But thanks to you, I have been redeemed. Perhaps I may yet live to see that dream of mine come true. Come, there is much we should do. Let us not waste time talking. Action is what is... How may I... What is it you would like...
You doing alright?
I thank you for your concern, but I am still a bit shaken.
Why? What's wrong?
I have been thinking about myself, about Quatra, and about my fall to the dark side. I keep thinking that it was my anger that drove me that far, that nearly damned me. I look inside myself now and I can still see it. I still feel it.
Perhaps you just need more time.
More time would do me good. Time to distance myself from that anger. I think that is why the Council agreed to send me with you. They think, perhaps, that in your company, I will be able to free myself from it.
If I see you slip back, I will intervene.
I thank you for your concern and your acceptance. I will strive to prove that I am worthy of your company and trust.
Okay, I'm gonna see if she tries to talk about Candace.
Of course.
Okay, so nothing about Candace just yet. Maybe I have to pair her up with me and Candace for it to actually happen.
How can I help?
You wanted to speak with me?
Yes, I did. I wanted to speak to you about our mission and what lies ahead for us. It seems fate, or the Force, is driving us into a confrontation with the Dark Lord. You must prepare yourself for when we face Malak. The confrontation will be difficult for you. I remember how hard it was when I first faced Revan.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's true that due to my battle meditation, I was with the Jedi strike team that boarded Revan's ship. We did not kill Revan, however.
But killing him was what you're famous for.
Our mission was to capture Revan if possible. It was Malak who turned on his own master, firing upon Revan's ship while we were still on board it. It was his desire to kill us and his master both. Thankfully, we narrowly escaped the vessel as it exploded.
What else would you expect from the Sith?
True, I suppose. And yet the outcome of that battle was unexpected. To all of us, Revan's end was unforeseen. As I said, we were there to capture Revan alive. The Jedi do not believe in killing their prisoners. No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes. Remember that Revan and Malak were once great Jedi, heroes in every sense of the word. They demonstrate the danger of the dark side to us all. I'm sorry, we really shouldn't speak of this anymore. The memory of my confrontation with Revan is painful. Let's return to the mission, please. How can I help?
I want to know more about you, Bastila.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Tell me how you got into the academy then.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
I know.
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
Do you miss your family at all?
Like all who join the Order, I've learned to embrace the life I've chosen. I had to let go of my attachments to my family.
Must have been. You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
Yeah, who were you not on good terms with?
I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
So you never got in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
Are you saying you no longer feel? But if a Jedi were to love, surely it wouldn't be all that bad.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return. How can I help? Can I suggest we move...
Okay, so... Alright, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and head towards Kashyyyk first. Hopefully, it will not lead to another space battle just yet. Probably won't. Yeah, it won't. Okay.
Lord Malak, the Star Forge is operating at 200% capacity, far beyond our expectations.
I am more interested in the young Jedi Bastila and her battle meditation. Have you learned how she escaped the destruction of Taris?
She was aided by Karth Onasi, a decorated war hero of the Republic and a legendary soldier. During the Mandalore Wars, he was honored many times for his bravery.
You know this man?
Yes, Lord Malak. He served under me when I still followed the Republic. You could say I was his mentor.
Interesting. How did you acquire this information, Admiral?
An eyewitness, Lord Malak. Calo Nord, a bounty hunter, was there when Bastila and Karth escaped the planet. Apparently, they left him for dead.
A Jedi and a war hero. It's a wonder you survived the encounter.
I am hard to kill, Lord Malik.
Kahlo has agreed to help us capture the young Bastila for a very hefty fee, of course. But I assure you he is well worth the price. His reputation as a bounty hunter is well earned.
Her companions are nothing to me, Kahlo. But I desire the young Jedi taken alive, if at all possible.
Lord Malik, forgive me, there is something else. May we have a private audience away from the ears of the common soldiers?
I trust you are not wasting my time, Admiral Kareth.
I promise you will be very interested in what Kahlo has to tell you about Bastila's other companions, Lord Malik.
Has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Dantooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Kashyyyk is a lush but simple and undeveloped world. I would not have expected to find the alien technology of a star map here.
Looked like it was on the forest floor.
The Wookiees of Kashyyyk make their home high among the Rosha branches. Only the bravest warriors dare to descend into the forbidding depths of the forest. If the star map is located far beneath us on the planet's surface, as our vision seems to suggest, it's unlikely the Wookiees even know of its existence. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. How can I help?
You wish to talk to me?
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zahn.
I think we both know the real reason why you've been watching me.
You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it.
I make you tremble. Do I make you all tingly inside too?
What? No, of course not. Not like that anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy.
I'm sorry, guys. I love teasing her.
Destruction upon us all. I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety. For it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this. But I will do my best to make you understand.
We're not going through this bullshit again, are we?
We must, for all our sakes. If you had the proper training under a master, you would know all this. But because of our mission, I must be the one to try and help understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
Stop with the dramatics already. I get the big picture.
You say you understand, but I'm afraid you are taking this too lightly. The power of the dark side can be alluring. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
Couldn't see myself doing such things.
That is why the dark side is so insidious. If you are not careful, you do not even see each small step you take towards it until it's too late. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause? To use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Must we keep discussing this?
No, I suppose not. I've spoken more than enough of the dark side. It is up to you whether you heed my words or not. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must. How can I help?
Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. Now, I will go ahead and explain why I decided to stop at Kashyyyk first when it comes to doing the star map missions. It is pretty much tied into what I have to do to help Mission's brother out. So, you'll find out why that is in the next episode. So, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in part 3.